What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Today we're going to be discussing Drake's first week sales on Honestly Nevermind. We're going to be looking into if he flopped, all of this, but before we do start, I do just want to give a shout out to all channel members. Thank you guys for supporting me and the channel. With all this being said, we're going to get started. Rap TV took to Twitter this morning to post and confirm that Drake is projected to be selling around 230,000 units in his first week on his project Honestly Nevermind. If you compare this to what Drake did last year with Certified Lover Boy, that sold around 610,000 units in its first week. So if you're directly comparing this album to that album's streams, you would probably look at this as a flop, but honestly there's a few other things you have to take into account before you can really do that. I think one of the most important things you have to remember is that when Certified Lover Boy released, there was so much hype for that project and Donda. We never knew when we were going to get them. We just knew that we were getting both those projects last year, and when we ended up getting Donda randomly on a Sunday, then we got Drake's album, all the hype was just building up for those projects. So we saw both Donda and Certified Lover Boy sell extremely well in their first weeks, and I don't really think Drake would even be able to get back to that level unless he had another album that was that anticipated or had that much hype going behind it and into it. Another thing to keep in mind is that Honestly Nevermind was a complete surprise drop. We obviously got the announcement of it releasing only a few hours before it actually released. It had no prior singles going into it. The project has no features minus 21 Savage, and on top of all of this, it's not even a rap album. It's literally a dance album. So I would say, taking all of these into account, the fact that Drake dropped an entire different genre of music than he normally does, it was a surprise album, there was no singles to ease you into it, it just got dropped on us. This is not a flop whatsoever. I don't know any other artist that can take all of those things and release an album and then still sell over 200,000 units first week. Now, because these are just the projected sales, usually they end up going down a little bit from what they thought they would be earlier in the week. This could be different with Drake though. I could definitely see them either going up if people are really enjoying the album, or I could at least see them barely going down. I still think no matter what, this project is going to sell around 200K first week, which I just don't really think you can consider a flop. Yeah, if you compare it directly to Drake's previous album, you could look at it like he sold 400,000 units less, but just looking at everything and taking everything else into account, there's no way you could really call this a flop. I don't know any other artist that could do that, and it doesn't really look like the album is being that accepted at the moment either. It's getting a lot of hate on TikTok, Twitter, basically just social media. I've been seeing a lot of people get clowned on for liking the album, and I've seen tons of people calling this Drake's worst album. While I kind of thought that off my first couple listens as well, it hasn't really been out long enough for me to make an actual opinion on where I would rank it with Drake's albums, at least, because it is something completely different than what I've actually heard Drake do, or what anyone has, what Drake's actually put out in an actual full-length album. So I would honestly say that there's a possibility that this album could, one, turn out to be something like Whole Lotta Red that people do enjoy later down the line. They kind of just change their opinions on what they think about it. Or two, it is just going to be an album that everybody kind of thinks is just a mid-Drake album, and it'll be that. It's still going to sell good, and he'll obviously do his Scary Hours later this year. We're really going to have to wait and see what happens with that, but let me know what you guys think. Did Drake flop? What do you think about the album? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.